Mainly, I mean, sophomore slump is a real thing. He wasn't a rookie last year, but it was his first year starting. And then when I heard the news that he'd also kind of be like a punt returner, I was like, oh yeah, there's no way he's gonna be that good this year. So the Rams are also in kind of a bad situation at the moment, as we've touched on earlier. So there's my no for Kyren. But yes for James Cook for all the reasons I said before. He's good as a receiving back and a running back, and he's in a much better situation.
Yeah, not going to repeat my points on James Cook, but again, agreeing with Hunter here. When you look at Kyren Williams, don't get me wrong, great running back, but 100% agree with what he said. When I saw he was receiving kicks and punts, like I just wasn't confident in him. Sophomore slump, like he said, is a real thing. I do think his production will go up now with both Puka and Cup out. But remember, and we talked about this just now, their offensive line is injured. They're really banged up. So they got all backups in there. Kind of reminds me of what Saquon Barkley had to do last year. They're relying on him a lot with pretty much a backup starting five of offensive linemen in front of him. And even Saquon got hurt last year with the Giants. I'm not at all comparing him to what's going on in the Rams situation, but it seems a little bit like that with all these injuries, and the injury bug certainly has gotten to them. Again, I do think they're going to be running it a lot, but James Cook just fits that offense better in Buffalo than I think Kyren Williams does in LA. I think his production will go up, don't get me wrong, but that offensive line being banged up, for me, it's no. Like, to have these games. Like, he's been known to do this, and Jonathan Taylor, I'm very high on him, don't get me wrong, but still very young. It's a young Colts team. I do have them making the playoffs, but Anthony Richardson, I agree with what he said. He loves to run it, kind of similar to Lamar. Loves to run the ball, similar to Jalen Hurts, loves to run the ball. And I think that's going to take away carries from Jonathan Taylor. And I think, both being very young, still maturing, still developing. Alvin Kamara is proven. He's been in the league for years and he knows how to win games, especially fantasy weeks for you. You could have nobody produce one week and Alvin Kamara could have 5 touchdowns and he still end up winning. Give me Alvin Kamara. I know it's more boom or bust, but more experience there.